So at BT, innovation has got a very clear definition. It's the fusion of curiosity-led research, the sort of stuff that happens at universities, with real-world practical engineering, sort of stuff that happens here. This is our Global Engineering Centre at Adastral Park, to do something useful. So we call it purposeful innovation. And it's that lovely little triangle. Science combined with real-world engineering to do something useful. A new feature for a customer, to take cost out of a process, or in its most extreme form, transform society. In terms of importance for BT, well, we started with a piece of innovation of just over 180 years ago, was the electric telegraph, and down that 180 years, innovators in BT, here in the UK and globally, have been transforming the world through the power of communications. So innovation's at the core, at the heart, and is vital to us. So the strengths of the East are many, actually. I mean, sectorally, we are one of the leading, not only regions in the UK, but actually in the world for renewable energy. Of course, we've got some of the largest operational wind farms in the world, just operating off the Norfolk and Suffolk coast. So there's a very strong activity associated with renewable energy. We're very strong in agriculture historically, and that is leading to strength in agri-tech, which of course is a fabulously rich opportunity for technology and innovation, and a very important one as we eye the issue of how we feed not only the nation but the world going forward. Digital is a huge strength for this region. Of course, we are sat here at Adastral Park, 100 companies, BT's HQ for R&D for 40 odd years, and the largest ICT and technology cluster by some margin in the UK, and one of the largest in Europe. So in the digital sector, this is kind of where it's at. This is the digital innovation capital of the UK, and a leading player that's known the world over for influencing international standards. So I wouldn't describe the issues as weaknesses. I think they're just further areas of opportunity. So I've touched on already a number of sectoral leading assets, if you will, across the east of England. I think one of the opportunities is for us to better align, better leverage, and better collaborate, which interestingly, of course, is directly one of the opportunities that the industrial strategy does identify. Academia collaborating more richly and more often with industry collaborating across sectors are all very strong themes within the industrial strategy. So I don't see weaknesses as such. I see opportunities for us to, if you like, go from good to great. I think there's a fabulous opportunity if we organise ourselves well here in the east of England and beyond, of course, across the nation for us to make that journey from good to great. Clustering in a place like this, where there are large and small companies, allows that cross-fertilisation, if you will, of market requirements, technology requirements, which sometimes are quite unobvious if you're in a very small company just starting out. So there's a very broad mix of skills that you can bring to bear here. And of course, flip it the other way around. The small entrepreneurial startup is agile, it's innovative, it thinks differently. That's fabulously important to large global businesses, even businesses like BT that pride themselves in being very innovative. You know, we explicitly have a machine as part of our open innovation model that seeks external input. It seeks innovation elsewhere because, you know, we recognise as a lab the not invented here syndrome is one of the most dangerous things you can have. So we have a machine, we have an open innovation model that explicitly tries to deal with that danger by recognising that innovation pops up in the most surprising places and you need to be going to look for it and be open to other people's ideas. So that's one of the benefits, or a range of the benefits, that we see in clustering together. So we are facing into a revolution of opportunity through the emergence of the digital economy and an ultra-connected world. It's actually not a new revolution. You know, it did start 180 years ago with the electric telegraph, and certainly BT, the companies we work with, the suppliers we work with, have actually been fueling and driving that revolution for those 180 years. You know, some of the fundamental work around optical fibre was pioneered here in the UK. Indeed, the very first single-mode fibre links anywhere in the world went live in the UK, powered by innovation from this very site. So a little known secret of Suffolk, that pioneering engineering work was done here. The broadband technologies that we all increasingly take for granted have been pioneered and strongly influenced by the work of international standards by many of the companies here and elsewhere in the UK. So I think the contribution is going to be an ongoing process. To be slightly more current than the emergence of single mode fibre, AI, machine learning, these technologies that are very much in the press now, those are already impacting products. In BT's case, the BT Call Protect product, which is a really cool product that basically deals with nuisance calls, is actually powered by AI and machine learning technology that came out of the labs last year. The work we do in terms of driving yet faster and faster speeds through broadband on fixed or on mobile is very strongly driven by a place like this site, and indeed the global international standards that right now are being ratified for the next generation of mobile technology, so-called 5G, being very strongly driven by companies here in the UK and very strongly driven by BT and EE. Was a piece of advice I was given by a boss many years ago, which was don't try and solve a business problem with technology. Now, of course, that sounds daft because I had a lab and the whole point is solving business problems. But I think the point he made, and it was right, was don't always assume the technology or the innovation you have is the solution to the business problem. You need to understand the business problem fully first, and then the innovation or the technology that you're working on may well be the solution. It's a strange piece of advice, but really it's just saying understand the value chain and understand the problem you're trying to solve. Obviously, come and listen to the lectures. There's going to be some great content there. But networking, I think, is the key thing. It's a fabulous opportunity for that serendipitous interaction. You know, learning the things that you didn't even know you didn't know. I think networking and really making the most of contacts, getting to talk to some people who you wouldn't normally talk to, hearing some stuff that perhaps you didn't know, and then thinking through how those opportunities can help your business, your research, your innovation, whatever it is that's driving you. That would be my advice.